Well, hello, my saucy Sagittarius. How are you, my beautiful friends? I do hope this reading finds you well. I hope you've had a good week, and let's hope this week is even better again. Ask and it shall be. Sagittarius, as I said, this is your reading for the week of the 13th of June 2022. I am just pulling out a card. Spirit has said you will pull out two cards. From the Chakra Insight Oracle. This just gives us a bit of an idea of whether there's anything extra we need or we could potentially focus on this week. And let's see what we've got. We've got the throat chakra, my beautiful Sagittarius. So there may be, we'll see how the cards, what the cards come out with, but it may be, here we go. Thank you, Spirit. The next card out is honesty. And the words on the card are truth, transparency, sincerity, and communication. So both of those cards obviously looking at the throat chakra. There may be something this week that you're wanting to express, and you are looking for the courage to express it and express it from a place of integrity, truth, sincerity, all of those things. So my beautiful Sagittarius, I am using the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Ann. And I'm doing a spread that I've designed called Out of the Box. So it's a layout of 8 cards around the outside, each relating to different things. Too many cards there. I am going to take the Four of Pentacles. That is guided, by the way. I'm not just deciding that. The first card out there is the Four of Pentacles. And this is in the position of your week as a whole. Right, Sagittarius. So what I was saying is... I have called in my guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors who love me unconditionally and are of the highest vibration. And I would invite you to do the same if you are drawn. You do not have to, because either way you will be divinely protected, because I've done that for you. So the next card out in the position of something unexpected or a surprise this week is the Hierophant. The third card out is the King of Wands, and this is sitting in the position of how we can stay grounded and focused this week. So your cards have been very talkative so far, Sagittarius, so let's see if we can keep that going. Except for that first little mess where they all came tumbling out. But we have the Ten of Cups is the next card out. That's in the position of your emotions. I am pleased to see some of these stronger cards after that Four of Pentacles came up in the first instance. So we'll see what that's all about once we get there. The next card out we're looking for is the position of your inspirations for the week. Nine of Swords, Sagittarius. What's going on? Okay. How can we be inspired by the Nine of Swords? Let's see once we get there. That's a very interesting thing to ponder on, isn't it? The next card out is how we can best support ourselves. You've gone quiet on me, Sag. Thank you, guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors. Next card out, how we can best support ourselves, is the Lover's card. This next card in this corner is our relationships card. I will take the World card as our relationships card. And the final card on the outside of the box is the Nine of Wands. So that's in the position of your career. And I'm just chasing one more card. This card will be sitting on the outside of the box, as the name suggests. And it's a message from the universe. It can also be, depending on how the card comes out, it could potentially be how it, depending on what we've got, the message we've got going on inside the box, it could be a way for us to think outside of the box as well. So we'll see how it fits. If it decides to come out, there it is. Okay, Sagittarius. So So that final card out from the universe is the Chariot. Right. We've got some strong cards here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. So 4 out of 9 cards is fairly strong in terms of what's going on for you. We've got the King of Wands, again a strong card. The 10 of Cups, very strong card. So there's a lot going on for you here. I think the fact that we've had 2 throat chakra cards come out from that chakra Insight Oracle, I think that's going to be an important area for us to not concentrate on, but to bear in mind that might be a important thing for you this week in terms of speaking your truth, speaking who you are, what you are, standing in your power. And I'm going to get ahead of myself here, but if I bring in that 9 of Wands, that's in the position of your career. So I get the sense that this sense of speaking your truth may well be in terms of your career, because have a look at how ferocious and strong and dedicated, I guess, this card is. So this is it's almost like our Wounded Warrior card. And so it's somebody who has stood the fight and been through quite a journey to get where they are. And so I feel like there still you might be at this point, and might be where that communication needs to come in, is just to close off that circle so that you can move on. You can get to the end of that difficult part of that journey and you can start afresh. So the energy that comes out as your energy as a whole is this 4 of Pentacles. So this card does indicate to me that there may be potentially some concern around material or financial wealth. It could be about resources. You may not feel like you have the resources around you to support yourself. Sometimes the 4 of Pentacles also can indicate somebody, and you can see it with this little piggy here, holding on far too tight to those pentacles. And it's that idea of, if we're holding on to something too tight, we can often strangle it, and then it's no good to anyone. And if we can come in with this idea of non-attachment, we open up so much space for the universe to bring us more than we ask for, more than we need. And it just opens up this sense of freedom, and potentially also being grateful brings that energy shift as well. So if that resonates, please take that on board. I do want to remind you that the 4 is a very solid base. So the 4 is a stable. If you're looking at building a house, you've got the 4 corners, the 4 foundations. So the 4 of Pentacles is a solid base of foundations. So you actually do have enough. It may not feel like as much as you like. It may not be entirely comfortable. You're not in a position where you're, flashing stuff around, but it's enough. It's a really good, solid starting point. And it's enough for you to start building on. The next card out in the position of something that may come as a surprise this week, something unexpected, is the Hierophant. Now, what I see here is that I feel like this could be almost a spiritual mentor that comes in this week to offer you some advice, to help to hold space for you, to potentially enlighten you, enliven you, inspire you. So I feel like there's definitely something around that, and it's somebody that you admire. So it may not even be somebody that you know personally. It might be somebody even that you follow on Instagram, but it might be something that just really hits true for you, and it helps to maybe change your way of thinking. It might help to change the path that you're on. Whatever it is, it's something that comes as a bit of a surprise. The next card out is the King of Wands. This is in the position of how we can stay grounded and focused this week. So this King of Wands, he's a pretty cool dude. He knows exactly who he is. He's strong and powerful and confident. He's passionate. He's creative. He's a He's definitely bossing it up. He's a good leader. He's got a lot of incredible qualities. So the suggestion this week, in terms of how we can stay grounded and focused, is to tap into that side of you. Okay, so this is a fire sign where you're a fire sign. So these are qualities that you have, and you absolutely 100% embody. So don't neglect that. Don't forget who you are at that soul level. And what I want to say is, don't be afraid to speak or communicate who that person is. The only thing I would say is, sometimes the wands can be very fiery. We know as fire signs, we can be very fiery. So do consider, maybe if you're speaking your truth, maybe just temper it down a little bit. Maybe turn that lion's roar down to maybe a bit of a kitten purr. What do they say? You're going to catch more flies with honey than you are with vinegar. So there's a way that you can gently and gracefully speak your truth. And there's a way that, just be mindful, because we know how powerful and strong that king of the jungle is, that fire in us can be. So just keep that in mind if you are looking at this combination in terms of speaking who you are, speaking your truth. And, that's that ferocious kind of warrior energy there as well. That's definitely that fire energy as well. The next card out we have is the Ten of Cups, and this is sitting in our emotions. So this is a brilliant card to have in the position of our emotions. So in terms of how you're feeling this week, you're going to feel pretty damn good. You're going to feel like you've got everything at your feet in terms of happiness and joy and abundance. And interesting, because on the other hand, you've got beneath it the Nine of Swords, which is this kind of nightmarish anxiety. And you've got this sense that you're not truly speaking your truth. So it's an interesting card, and probably what we can take from that is this may be a general state for you where you're generally pretty happy, but with some things that are going on, you might be just feeling a little bit out of sorts as such. So it's a reminder that this is your normal state, that you are normally sitting in this place of abundance and joy and gratitude. And if you waver, just remember that that is your natural state. Does that make sense? The next card out is the Nine of Swords. So as I said, this is our nightmare kind of anxiety. So it's almost a debilitating anxiety, it can be, and it's sitting in the position of our inspirations. So I'm actually not getting much relevant to the reading, except for the fact, and I want to see, often this is the sleepless nights card, because you're lying awake thinking, thinking the worst, catastrophizing at 3 o'clock in the morning, because potentially you're listening to that howling owl and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what a scary creature that is. I don't, who'd want to be out there in the dark, scary dark. The sense I'm getting here with its position in the spread, in the inspirations position, is that if this is you, if you're lying awake late at night, and I've had a lot of nights this week that I've been unable to get to sleep till the early hours of the morning. So if that's you, I feel you. But if it is, it may well be that this is the time of the morning that things are going to be activated for you. So it may even be energetic activations that are coming in from the universe. But it might be that this is where your best inspiration occurs. Okay, I hate to say it, but sometimes it's those 3 a.m., 5 a.m. things that wake us up. If you have a notepad, put it beside your bed and write, if you're awake or if you wake up, write down those things, because that's potentially a nugget of gold that can help and, take you forward. The next card out is the Lover's card, and this is sitting in the position of how we can best support ourselves. So the sense I'm getting here is you're actually well supported in terms of relationships. So you might have a special soulmate connection whether that's a romantic soulmate or a friend or a work colleague, something like that. But you've definitely got at least one very deep connection. And in terms of supporting yourself, it really is about, can you call on them to hold space for you with whatever's going on? So I do feel like it definitely could be a romantic relationship, because it is the lovebirds, and obviously, you know, the lovebirds are all about love. And also with this 10 of Cups, you know, we've got that happy family there in the emotions card as well. So the sense is that I'm getting, you are well supported in terms of what you've got around you, the resources in terms of maybe friends, lovers, family, whatever it is. You've got this soul tribe potentially around you as well. The next card out we have is the World card, and it's sitting in the position of relationships. So this is, the World is really about endings and new beginnings. It's potentially about completions of cycles, but the sense that I get, not so much in terms of relationships with you. It might be the end of some other cycles. It might be the end of these cycles of sleepless nights, for argument's sake. It might be the end of a cycle of not speaking your truth. So the sense that I really get with this card is that you've now got to this place of peace and zen, and you know, you've been the whole way around the world, even metaphorically. And so you know how the world works. You've got the world at your fingertips. So once you've been out there, you've been through and experienced everything, it's not as scary as what you may have first thought. So in terms of your relationships, you're really feeling very centered around these relationships and very centered about who you are. So the only thing remaining is for you to express that to the world. So it may even be that this expressing yourself to the world, because as I said, there's some very strong cards here. So this expressing yourself may not be even in a local environment. It may be expressing yourself to the world. The world is ready to hear your voice. It may be your friends and family, lovers, etc. have been hearing your voice, but maybe this voice needs to go out on a world scale. So do take that how it resonates, and I'm sure you will know if it does resonate for you. The final card out we have on the outside of the box is the Nine of Wands. This is in the position of your career. So this is kind of telling me that in your career, it's almost like things might be shifting and changing up a little bit for your career. You might be on the move. We've got coming up in the message from the universe, we've got the Chariot card. Things might be on the move here, because the Nine of Wands is that, as I said before, it's a wounded warrior card, but it's that one final push, and it's kind of like it feels like you're almost done with this energy, and you want to move forward into something bigger and more expansive. So if that does resonate, then I am sending you my love, because obviously that Nine of Wands can be a difficult card, difficult energy to sit in, but I'll say it again, you're almost there. So the message from the universe, this is you. You are so in control of where you're going. Coming back to this World card, coming back to this King of Wands, you know, this is the king in the throne. This is you. You are the boss. You are in control. You know exactly where you're going. You know what speed you want to go. You want to know what direction you want to go. You're prepared for the long haul. These camels are prepared for long journeys in the desert. They can travel very long distances, carry heavy loads. This is you. You are all sorted. You are on the way. You've got it all going on. So that's where I see this reading going for you, my beautiful Sagittarius friends. Right, I don't think there's anything else that really wants to come through there. I do hope that resonates for you. If it does, please like, share and subscribe. And I hope to see you next week. All right, my friends, bye-bye.